Hey everybody, welcome to the Best of the Brokers series here. I'm Heidi Hurst. I am located in Tacoma, Washington, which is also in Pierce County, Washington. And I know the best brokers across the United States and Canada. And so my first interview here is with my dear friend, David Taylor. David, tell us where you are and what's happening.
Hi, everybody. So, hi, Heidi. Great to see you. I am David Taylor, and I am in Chicago, Illinois.
Yay. And we're in Chicago, because I know Chicago's a big area.
Chicago is big, and I am actually in the heart of the city. I am in the neighborhood called Lakeview, which is along the lake, and our home is about half a mile from the water. So,
Oh,
pretty nice.
lovely. Very good. So tell me, how many years have you been in real estate?
I got my real estate license just over 18 years ago, March 21st, 2003. So, this is the week that I'm celebrating
Oh, congrats.
my anniversary.
Yes, you've been through it all. We've been through it all, haven't we?
We have. We've been through the ups, we've been through the downs, we've been through the ups again, and in the future there will be downs, and we will go through them, and we will survive, just like we always do.
That's what professionals do, right, David? Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Tell us why people come to your city.
Well, people have been coming to Chicago for, gosh, 150 plus years now, and it is, as most people know, the third or fourth largest city in America, depending upon how you count Houston. So, people come here for everything. So there's, Fortune 500 companies, there's tech, there are some fabulous universities like Northwestern University, the University of Chicago, my alma mater, Loyola University, which is still playing basketball in the NCAA tournament.
Oh,
But it's also, it's the hub of the Midwest. So when people are graduating from college, whether they're in Wisconsin or Minnesota or Indiana or Ohio, they tend to migrate towards Chicago. It's, for a lot of people, it's a little bit easier or a little bit safer than going to New York City. And you get the big town vibe. Plus, we're on the lake. We are a lot more affordable than New York City. And it's a great place to live, other than the occasional snowstorm or cold weather that we get in January and February.
yeah, yeah. And then tell me, why do you love living in Chicago?
I love living in Chicago because it's a really livable city. So, it's one of the things that I love about your area is it's really livable, right? You can walk, you can ride your bicycle, you can get outside and do things. And that is something that's really great. The city of Chicago is comprised of 77 different neighborhoods. And is set up on a grid, so everything runs north, south, east, west, and there's a major thoroughfare going through every 4 blocks. There's a train station, a subway, L, we call it the L, and you can go pretty much anywhere, pretty easily and very quickly and inexpensively. But then, like I said, we live half a block or half a mile from the lake, and I like to run. So for me, it's easy. It's 5 minutes to the lake, and then I can turn north, I can turn south, and I get to, experience all the beauty and joy of that. Not to mention all the restaurants, the theater, the architecture, the museums. I mean, I could go on and on forever. But it's a pretty fantastic place to live.
Yeah, I remember I came in 2017 in the fall to visit you, and I think I'm coming back this fall. And we did the architectural boat tour and saw the bean. We did all the touristy stuff and just had a fabulous time. You showed us around the city, and it was just a lovely, lovely time.
Yeah, and that's the boat tour is one of my favorite things to do. I never get tired of that because it's a way to show people all the magnificent architecture that we have. And Chicago really was at the forefront of some pretty cool architecture in the early 20th century, but it continues through today. We've got a building going up along the lake that's a combination of offices, apartments, and condos and a hotel. It's called Aqua, and it's the tallest skyscraper in the world designed by a woman. And it is just the coolest building because it's near the water and it has all these waves and ripples, and it's amazing. And can't wait for you to see it because you missed it when you were here.
Yeah, everybody's going to be vaccinated. We're going to be safe. We're going to come in the fall and see you guys again. So thank you for welcoming us again. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what's happening in your market right now. Just for example, here in Tacoma, we have about 1 week's worth of inventory on the market. For those of you who don't know about inventory, 6 months of inventory on the market is a balanced market. We haven't been in a balanced market since maybe 2011 around here.
Right.
Right after the recession. And so we are having multiple offers on every single home if it's priced well and presented well. 1 week's worth of inventory. And as more homes come on the market, we're not looking for a month or 2 months of inventory to come on the market. We're looking for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks. Our poor buyers getting beat up. So tell us what's happening in your market.
We are not quite as I was going to say bad, but it's not quite as tough as that. And it really depends. We have, as I always tell people, it's multiple markets, and it really depends upon what you're looking for. So if you're looking for a single family home in the city, within the city limits of Chicago or the near-in suburbs, that is less than a week of inventory. It's going to sell for 5 to 10% above list price. There will be anywhere from 5 to 25 offers on it. And if you don't get in and you don't move quickly as far as getting your offer in, you can forget about it. Condos, on the other hand, are a totally different story. And I've got 2 buyers right now, both referred from 2 of our friends who are trying to buy something in what's in the neighborhood called the West Loop. So just outside of downtown, and that has been the hottest neighborhood in Chicago for the last 4 years until COVID hit. And all of a sudden, and it's also, by the way, it's all condos and townhouses or rental apartments. And inventory is increased by 50% and home prices are down by about 10%. And that is not something that's going to continue, but it's going to continue probably through the end of the summer. And once everybody's vaccinated and everybody's back to normal, people are going to continue to want to live in downtown Chicago, right? It isn't like this is a long-term thing. So it's just a blip, but it's a totally different thing because there you're looking at 4 months worth of inventory versus 4 days or 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's great. That's great that you're so dialed into your market and understand those specific areas and those numbers too. Because
yeah,
I have the same business coach, and I hope she watches this. And let me just say, thank God for the numbers, Misty. She fought me on that for years and years. So I'll mention that David Taylor and most of the people that we're going to be talking to on this series are members of Buffini and Company, and they are coached. We're all dedicated professionals. We're all very experienced, and we are coached, and we take our career to the next level by having a coach. David's a runner. I play tennis. I have a tennis coach. I have a health coach. I have a Buffini coach. And so we just really want to thank Buffini and Company for bringing us together and allowing us this community in order to connect with each other. So
yeah, absolutely.
So tell me something fun. Like, what are you listening to? Are you listening to a favorite podcast? Are you reading a book? You got a song that you like play, repeat on?
I have, over the last month, I have been really dialed in on both Taylor Swift and Dua Lipa. Okay. So, Taylor dropped, no relation, unfortunately. But she dropped 2 great albums last year. And I've been listening to those a lot. And then I've also been dancing around the office or while walking the dog, listening to Dua Lipa and just really enjoying, that. Completely different than, what Taylor Swift did last year. There's just so much great music out right now. So that's a lot of fun.
Oh, that is
fun. Yeah. So books, got a lot going on there. So
we're always talking about the books we're reading, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Absolutely. One TV show that we've been watching a lot lately that we just fell in love with is called Midwife.
Okay.
It's on Netflix from the BBC, and I didn't know what to expect, and my wife and I both we cannot stop watching it. So we're midway through or almost through season 4 this week. I'm sure we will be done and moving on to season 5. So if you haven't watched it, that's a great one.
That's a great tip. Oh my gosh, David Taylor, you know, you're one of my favorite people, and you know that I adore you, and I just really honor and respect you. Whenever I'm working on my business, I'm calling you and asking you for your thoughts and advice. You're such a great coach too. So want to give you my uh, Tacoma love. I got my love button up here from Big Love Ball. And thank you for being the very first person for this Best of the Brokers. I'm going to say thank you so much, and then you're going to sign off and tell us how we can find you.
Yeah, so davidtaylorhomes.com on the internet. And then, that's probably the best. David Taylor Homes also on Instagram, or just search David Taylor Realtor in Chicago on Facebook, and you can find me that way. So that's it. And you know how I feel about you. All those very kind words you said about me just go right back at you, because you are one of my favorite people in the whole wide world.
Yeah, I know. I love you too. So if any of you who are watching this, if you know anybody who's on the move, David Taylor and I, we know the best of the best across the country. We know people in Canada. And if you need a referral, if you really want to work with somebody and refer your friends and family to somebody who really cares about their career, who really cares about you as a person and are very relational and not transactional, we know the best of the best. Here's the beginning. Thank you, David Taylor, for being at the beginning, and we appreciate you. Good luck.
Thanks, Heidi. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.